Hi, everyone. I am Kenneth Daniel, your cruise global mentor, and I help students like you navigate international admissions and scholarships, careers, opportunities abroad. If you want to study in Germany, this video will give you every step you need to succeed. My social media handles are on Instagram and TikTok, cruiseofficio.o, on YouTube, Cruise Global Mentor. You can reach me on Facebook at Kenneth Daniel, that's my name. To begin, do you aspire to study in Germany, but feel uncertain about how to begin? In this video, I will provide you with a comprehensive A to Z guide of gaining admission to German universities, encompassing bachelor's, master's, and PhD programs, along with tips that makes your application shine. Let's dive into the A to Z guide, focusing first on the overview of degree levels available in Germany. We have bachelor degrees, master's degree, and PhD levels. So each level offers distinct opportunities and requirements. So it's important to understand the differences. Next, we'll explore the eligibility criteria necessary for admission. This involves academic qualifications, language skills, and sometimes specific prerequisites based on the program level that you choose or that you tend to choose. Finally, we'll talk about the application process and the timeline of admission steps. Planning ahead is crucial, so be sure to take note of deadlines of each admissions or universities on their website, and to prepare your documents well in advance to avoid any last-minute hurdles. As we continue, I will delve deeper into each of these programs, so you will fully be equipped for educational journey in Germany. So the eligibility criteria for international students like you who are aiming to study in Germany. Now it's important to note that these criteria differ from degree to degree. Bachelor's requirements is not the same as master's, as well as the PhD is not the same as master's degree. First, you need to have academic qualifications. This is key. That each program has its own unique set of prerequisites that you must meet. And what are these prerequisites? This means your prior education should align with the program's requirements that you want to study, either at bachelor's level or at master's degree level or PhD. Next, you need to have a language proficiency, because this is crucial in Germany because German is not English-speaking countries, and most programs require proficiency in either German or English, depending on the language of instructions. So ensure you are prepared for language tests. Lastly, we'll talk about application procedures. Knowing the specific requirements for each program can help you navigate this process smoothly. Understanding these criteria and the prerequisite for admissions will ease your transition into the German education system. So therefore, I will advise that you thoroughly understand the admission requirements for each program that you want to study in, and the eligibility requirements, so that you will be well on your way to making your dream of studying in Germany a reality. Let's continue with the application process. Navigating the application process for German universities might feel daunting at first, but rest assured, it's manageable. With a solid plan, I did it before. I've studied here. I did bachelor's here. I did my A-levels here, bachelor, master's. So you too can do it. The key is to approach it step by step. First, you have to focus on collecting all necessary documents well ahead of time. This preparation will help you avoid any last-minute rush, which can be stressful. I am not one man that does something in last minute, so I do my thing on time before everybody start rushing. So next, we'll go into the specific admission criteria for each university you are interested in. Doing this research will empower you and strengthen your application, increasing your chances of success. Finally, remember that you are not alone in this journey. Don't hesitate to reach out to people who, like us, who have gone through these processes. Don't hesitate to reach out to us for guidance and advice. So as we embark on this journey to secure admission to German universities, let's start by identifying the universities that offer the programs you desire. This step is crucial. Why did I say it's crucial? Because as each university may have its own set of eligibility, so be sure to evaluate these different universities and their requirements and the qualifications that they need, so that you don't you are not stuck somewhere. So you need to have your documents prepared well on time. Once you have shortlisted your potential university, then it's time to gather and prepare all necessary documents. This typically includes your transcript and letter of recommendation from a well-known professor or one academia, or if you have done internship for where you did internship, somebody who really can recommend you. So you need a letter of recommendation. Then you need to submit your SOP and your application. You need to do yourself. You can do this application online, university online portals, or through Uni-Assist. So after you have submitted your application, be ready for the interview phase. Interviews are an opportunity for you to further showcase your capabilities and enthusiasm for the program. Remember, admission decisions may take weeks, so be patient and prepare. Preparation is very key, so prepare on time. That is why I'm emphasizing that you should be prepared on time. You should do your things on time. Don't wait for last minute, so you don't be in a rush. In summary, this slide is just an overview to capture the initial steps towards getting admission for bachelor's, master's, or PhD programs in Germany. Taking these steps diligently will set you on the path of success. So let's dive into the essential steps for securing admission to a German university. We will cover key areas that are crucial for international students. Firstly, let's talk about eligibility check. It's important to note that qualifications like WAEC or NECO from the Nigerian students alone are insufficient for direct entry. Maybe Francophone countries who have a higher secondary qualifications, they can have direct entry into the German universities. Instead, if you don't have, if you are not from Cameroon, from Francophone countries, then you will need to at least have 1 year of university education or complete a student colleague, like a student college. I did that because I came into Germany using my WAEC, so I needed to go through student colleague. It's just 1 year, and you need to do entrance examinations for you to qualify into student colleague. So you can utilize the resources like DAAD, Horseshoe Compass, Uni-Assist, and Anabin during this process to find the eligible criteria for you to be able to study in German universities. Next, let's move to courses and university selection. In this point, at this junction, I will advise that if you are coming to Germany because you want to jackpot or you want to just leave Africa, it is well advised that you look for courses that after you have completed your studies, you can get a job with it. There are courses that are for indigenous people, indigenous citizens, that after studying, if you are not good in German language, you might be very difficult to get a job here because you are not a native speaker. So you will always hear them say, we need a native speaker for this job. It's not because they hate you or something, but because that job is you really need to, like, you want to come study medicine here. If you're not good in German, how will you talk to the people in the hospital? There are old people in the hospital, they don't even understand English. So this is why you need to decide properly what you want to study, what are your plans. So after your studies, so you can easily get a job. So that's why I would say when searching for programs, you should use filters to find those programs that are taught in English. This can greatly expand your options if you are not fluent in German, like I just said. Finally, we'll arrive at language requirements. Depending on the program, you might need to prove your proficiency in German language, and that proficiency, it is sometimes they require a B1 if the language is taught in English. You might not get B1 before you come. You can just come and start. But most times you need B1, B2, or C1 Where these exams, you can do them in TestDAF or DSH, or you can do it good Institute. But for English programs, you need IELTS or TOELF, or its proficiency letter will be necessary if you can speak English, or your professor or your school can say, okay, you are English speaking. Proficiency is okay, so you don't need to do this language if your course of study is going to be on English. But if it's requiring a mix of combination of German and English, then you need to have at least a B1 for you to be able to be admitted. Also, you need to remember that each step is a building block towards your goal. So approaching them methodically, and you will be well on your way to study in Germany. So let's dive into the essential documents and steps you will need for your application journey. First, gather your WAEC and NECO results and transcript from your first year of university of higher education, if you already are in a university. These documents form the backbone of your application. Next, you need to ensure that you have your passport, your English proficiency, and then your compelling motivation letter and a well-crafted CV to ready for submission. Now, onto the application process, you will apply through Uni-Assist or the university portals. Most courses, if whatever you want to study, you can just go on Google, and then you can find out the university yourself, or you go to Uni-Assist and you can get this. If you need to attend a student colleague, remember that an entrance exam is required, so be prepared for that step. Finally, let's talk about finance and logistics. You will need a block account. To come to study in Germany, it's not tuition are free, but for you to get a visa, German embassy requires you to have a block account. I think this year it has risen to about 11,900 euros, or you just something like 992 euros per month. You just have to prove. So this block account, we'll talk about it in another video. You have to open this block account for you to be able to get a visa, because this is crucial for your student visa application. Once your visa is approved, you can focus on your arrival and enrollment in Germany. This process may seem complex, but with careful planning, you will navigate it successfully. Trust me, a lot of people have been doing it. You too can do it. You have to keep these steps in mind as you prepare for your exciting opportunity in Germany. Yes, after bachelor's comes the master's degree. Some people might just want to end in bachelor's, but if you desire that you want to do a master's degree and you want to come to do it in Germany, here is what you will need for the admission process for German universities. Firstly, it is crucial to have a recognized bachelor's degree with a GPA of 2.5 or higher. If you study in Germany, it's easy for them to calculate. If not, you can do that on your own, or check my next video for that. This is often the baseline requirement for eligibility for a master's degree. It's non-negotiable in Germany. Next, you have to explore your courses using resources like I've told you before, like the DAAD portal, Hochschul Compass, Uni-Assist, Anabin, or even go to the university website. You will find all the admission requirements on the website. You don't need any third party to do that. You can do it on your own. These platforms are invaluable, and identifying the right programs will help you to do this, to identify the right programs that you will need. Don't hesitate to reach out directly to universities for more specific queries. Then when we talk about for documentation, ensure you have your bachelor certificate and transcript ready alongside other key documents like your test of language proficiency, your CV, recommendation letter, SOP. These are foundational elements for your eligibility to study in Germany and like other countries too. The application process involves you using platforms such as the Uni-Assist, Anabin, Hochschul Compass, and it's also wise to explore scholarships like Deutschlandstipendium and DAAD. And one thing I would like us to remember that Financial readiness is crucial. So consider setting up a block account, like I've said, um, for your visa purpose, and ensure your health insurance is in place, because in Germany, health insurance is compulsory. Nobody walk on the street here without health insurance. So in summary, I will say successful application hinges on fulfilling academic requirements, providing comprehensive documentation, and preparing for your arrival in Germany. Let's dive into the specific for pursuing a PhD in Germany. So the first step for you to say you want to study in Germany, you want to do your PhD here, is defining your research area. You need to define that. It's crucial, as it sets the foundation for your entire PhD journey. Once you have got a clear research focus, the next step is finding a supervisor, like a Dr. Vater, Dr. Mutter, they call it in German. So you can use resources like DAAD and ResearchGate. You can also check university website directly. I recommend also. These websites can be incredibly helpful in connecting with potential mentors. Also connecting to departments. You can write to the professors. When you go to university websites, you can write to professors directly, and they will reply you. Be patient, they will reply you. Just write to them, professors, directly. And then you need to consider the difference between, in Germany, there's a structured and an individual PhD programs. Structured programs often provide more support and a set framework. So whereas individual programs offer more flexibility. So structured programs is whereby you are grouped into one project, and you attend classes on daily basis like in normal postgraduate courses. So you have supervisors. You might not be one supervisor, different supervisors. But individual programs, you might not attend class. So you decide, you set the pace yourself. You decide, you have one supervisor, and you decide when to finish your PhD program, mostly between 3 to 5 years in German PhD. So moving on, you will need to prepare a solid proposal along with other essential documents before you can be admitted into the PhD programs. So you need also to have your letter of recommendation, statement of purpose, and CVs, and all relevant certificates and transcripts that you have gotten during your bachelor and master's degree. And don't forget the importance of funding for PhDs. In Germany, studying in Germany is tuition free for public universities, but still you need money to survive. You need accommodation, so you can also explore the avenue of having scholarships, and you just can do that through DAD or DFG grants or Deutschlandstipendium. This can significantly alleviate financial stress and support your research endeavors. Finally, you need to be prepared for the arrival steps, which include securing your visa and making arrangements for your stay in Germany. So remember, this is a journey, and it needs thorough preparation in your best interest, because if you prepare on time, you avoid stress. And I am one person that I like doing my things on time, so I always advise people to prepare on time. So let's walk through the timeline of the admission process step by step. Firstly, I want to focus on the research area. To begin, you need to explore universities and programs that are research-based, that align with your programs of your interest. So remember, you have to apply early. This is key. And you have to, in Germany, we have two admission intake processes, seasons. We have the winter and summer season. So if you are preparing for this winter time, which starts in September, you need to apply well on time. Admission starts between April and middle June. So if you are going for the summer semester, the admission is, school starts around March. So you should have end your application by November. So you need to apply. Once you have done your research, it's time for you to submit your applications. Please submit your applications on time to make sure to meet the specific deadlines for each program, because this is crucial to keep your options open. And after you submit your applications, you will receive an admission decisions. Don't be scared. Sometimes it's frustrating when we receive a negative decisions, but it's not the end of the world. So that is why you need to explore opportunities. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Apply for as many as possible schools that you have found a course where you want to study. I don't advise you to apply just for one school. Apply for as much as possible, because this could be sometimes a rejection can be frustrating. So it's better you apply for enough schools. And after you have been granted admissions, so some universities professors want to interview you for the PhD. Most times for PhD courses, they want to interview you and know who they want to work with. So you have to prepare yourself for the interviews and attend them. This is also an opportunity for you to make a personal impression and prepare yourself thoroughly, because remember, you are not the only one that is applying for that position. So you need to prove to the professor that you are the candidate for that position. And remember, you don't need agents for this process. Trust is reputable, and you just trust yourself and ask people who have gone through it before. You just need guidance. You don't need nobody to help you do it. So I would say, as we wrap up, I want to make sure you know how to stay connected and where to reach out for any further guidance and questions. Please, you can send an email to audia.mentorship.consulting@gmail.com for personalized advice or specific inquiries. For more regular updates and engaging content, follow us on social media. We are on Instagram and TikTok, so you can reach us at crucificio.o. So if you are a fan of video content, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Cross Global Mentor, where we share helpful tips and insight. And don't forget to like and follow us on Facebook. Our Facebook page is just my name, Kenneth Odia Daniel, for every latest post, for weekly posts. And if you found this this video, this guide helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification icon so you never miss any tips on studying abroad. We are here to support you on your journey, so don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you, and I look forward to connecting with you. Thank you.